Everyone, here is the reading I promised on the Lionsgate that is coming up real fast now, the 25th of July, and it's a portal activation. And then we always have high incoming energies. I explained more about that in another video. I will put the link in the description box if you want to hear more about it. The Lionsgate is going to last 2 weeks almost, so usually it's quite substantial, the effect. That's why I'm doing a reading on it. And you can choose, the readings are going to be reasonably long, 1, 2 or 3 from left to right. The first one is a magpie feather. You can see the blue on the left hand side of it. I found that last week. I cleansed it. And in the numbers 2 in the middle is the peacock feather, and on the numbers 3 to the right is a pheasant feather from my dad's pheasant. So you can choose 1, 2 or 3. Alrighty, there we go for the numbers 1 with the magpie feather. Let's see if I can think about. I want to get the order right of the cards. There we have it. Not that one yet. The hawk. And we have the 8 of cups. Rebirth. Then we have the shaman. We have the creativity card. So this is how it's going to affect you, right? This energetic shift, this portal activation that's coming in. And the 10 of stones home, the home card. What I get from this, especially first off with the hawk, it's important to make sure that you are free from drama, that you have to stay above that, like a bird in flight. A bird in flight, and just don't get involved in it. He sits on a pine tree. And pine is about cleansing positive ions, or not cleansing, but converting positive ions into the negative ones. And negative ions are healthy for us. The positive ones aren't. And that's what pine does. I have to close the kitchen door, my washing machine. The cat did that. He opened the door. Alrighty, otherwise it's too noisy. So because of that pine, I get the sense also is that you have to make sure you are cleansed, that you are prepared for what is to come, and steer, because of that also, steer clear from drama and over-the-top emotional things. Because of that river, he's far away from the river. Water is emotions and feelings, and this cloud doesn't feel positive to me either in this reading now, and that's more like the thoughts and communication, so also drama. So in that sense you also might want to steer clear from socializing or hanging out with people, especially when you know that they tend to be argumentative or negative. Right now, during this Lionsgate, and also likely in the build-up towards it, it's better to steer clear from such people and situations. Because if you do get sucked into that drama, you will have a hard time during the Lionsgate, as that will drag you down. The drama and argumentative stuff and negative stuff will drag you down, and then it will be harder for you during the Lionsgate. I then see a vortex that sucks you right in and down. It's like then you are that hawk and you are sucked into it in a vortex that spirals downwards, and then there's feathers flying everywhere. So then he doesn't come out unscathed in that sense. So it's best to just steer clear from that. You know, do the pine thing, positive energy, and stay away from, well, the water, the drama, and the argumentative stuff. Then we get to this rebirth. If you do that first, that came with a hawk card, you can handle the acceleration that is coming, and that's this bottleneck here. And like with any portal activation, there usually is always a kind of like an acceleration, really high energies coming in and at the speed of light. And it's going to be fast, and it's going to be a lot, like going from, for you especially, I mean, then the effect on you, it's like going from 0 to 200 kilometers per hour. And that's because this wide part here in the river, or maybe it's a lake, I don't know, is calm, and there is not really a flow there. But when you get here, then all of a sudden, from 0 in that wider section, you go to 200 here. This is really fast. And the 3 cups on top of the card, above the larger cup, they represent the incoming energies, and they fill this larger cup, and that's the beginning. That's the beginning, when it all starts, where you begin to feel the incoming energies. But the impact will still be mild at that point, but you might feel it. But then, when the Lion Gate arrives, or a few days after the 25th, then this begins to spill over, and then you will get to that bottleneck as well. And if you stay calm and grounded and don't resist it, you can absorb these energies and let it flow through you and cleanse you, and you will be able to let go of a lot as well, at the same time as absorbing a lot of these high energies. So you both let go, and at the same time you can take in a lot of these high new energies in your system. And it's important to realize that, even when it does get hard. I get that with the shaman card for some reason or other. You have to stay together, keep your cool and your patience. These 2 cards, the shaman, and this card, the creativity card. What will come, this portal and these energies, is all divinely orchestrated, and you can handle it, and you can gain a lot from it if you manage to do all of the above, all the stuff that I just said. So steer clear from drama, etc., etc. All that came up so far. And then we get to this hang about. This is still about first more concerning this card. If things do feel like a roller coaster, then take time out to be by yourself, preferably in nature, a quite peaceful place where you can connect, and then make sure you let the energies flow through you out into the earth, right? They come in from above, so to speak, and then let them flow through you out into the earth, which is also what is supposed to happen, because we are basically like a conduit. We get these higher energies and benefit from it and grow and expand, etc., etc. But it's also the idea that the earth gets these energies, right? It's as if you're a divine conduit, and don't try to hold on to all these energies within your own system and body, because that will give you problems. It's just too much, right? It's just too much. You have to let it flow through. So let it flow in and out through you, and you will come out cleansed. But I feel you may be physically tired, needing a rest and time to incorporate all these new high energies. Your body will need some time to adjust, and your physical body, your energetic bodies, your energy bodies are always faster. They usually adjust, well, almost right away, but the physical body always needs more time. So after this portal, you might need time out or rest, and to just incorporate it all and to adjust to it. It will help to drink a lot of water, and I get also fresh fruit juice, especially the fruit juice. Your body will need that. I don't know why, but your body will need the fruit juice for some reason or other. Then we're moving on to the next what will it have brought you, this portal, this Lion's Gate, once it's done? I'm going to move these out of the way. Then we have the happiness card, the wheel of fortune, and the hearth fire. Move them over so you can see all of the cards. Your energy is really much more clear, clean and pure afterwards. You will shine more and people will see this, and your purity will likely also positively affect other people. This all means that you will feel better, purified almost, as a lot of denser energy and things you still needed to let go of, they have now gone. And you can make a new start with a great many things. The options are plenty and bountiful, because there's all these cups here. That's the options, and there's all this water, that beautiful, brilliant water splashing in them and at them and running in the cups and filling them up, and so yeah. And then you get to the wheel. The wheel is the end of a journey, a lesson, and so you can really now begin something different. You can weave with a different thread now, and you will know it. This is a time for you where you can clearly see if you should continue with what you were busy with, or to choose something different. So the question then comes, like, is the old still compatible with your new thread or not? And the choice is yours. You can now make serious progress. Whether this is possible and the best choice to do within the current situation or not is for you to decide. But sometimes it's feasible to do that in the current situation, right? As this new threat will then bring new light to the situation or people in that situation. And sometimes that's what this is all about, to bring more light into the current situation. But you must also, because that can be kind of like a trap for you, so that you must also be able and willing to see and accept when something or someone has served its purpose and has run its course, and that you then have to let go. And that you have to feel that which of these two is the best for you. I had this set myself as well, and I feel for me, and I think for most of the people who chose this as well, is the best option to let go, because this is the 10 and the wheel, the end of a cycle and a lesson. So leave the old behind and start afresh with a fresh loom. And as the old will not fit anymore. And that is quite just kind of like a nice pun, because this is a t-shirt, right? You were weaving that old situation, so to speak. But by all means, feel into it yourself what you have to do. Do you have to leave something behind, or someone? Can also be someone, I don't know, or a job, whatever. Or can you still, is it the idea that you stay in that situation and just bring in new light? So that is up to you to feel and decide, of course. Then we have the 8 of Bows, the hearth fire. I always see in this card as if these people are from different cultures or tribes, and since they all are sharing the warmth from the same fire, friendly and happily gathering around it, I feel it's about acceptance, as in not judging, and accepting variety, and even more so welcoming it and embracing it, and knowing that it brings opportunity for learning and growth, wisdom, because they're having fun, right? They're not judging or anything. Also able to enjoy life more, maybe get out of the do work mindset, knowing and understanding on a deeper level that life is meant to be enjoyed, and that sharing is part of that, and that everyone is a divine being. Again, this no judgment. This can also say that now is a time to rejoice and enjoy before you get back to work, so to speak, after this entire shift, as in a time to relax, which will then bring you renewed energy and inspiration, and that spark that will drive, and that will, you know, inspiration, and also again the spark, and that will then drive you to move forward again. You often get that when you take a break, right? When you need, when you're tired or you've done too much, etc. If you then just take a break, you will get that spark back, that inspiration, and then you can really move forward again. And also possibly at the same time, maybe you're going to find a new tribe, like, by which I mean like-minded people with whom you can make that fresh start, if you indeed choose to go for a new, different loom, right? Because then in the old setting, those people, they likely don't belong to move with you towards that new loom. So you will need to find a new group of people then as well, possibly. Now, what that pertains to, I don't know. It can be just your social circle of friends. It can be work-wise. Maybe it's to do with your love life. I don't know. I'm trusting that you will know, or at least it will become clear when this shift is going to, this portal activation is going to happen. And then to sum it all up with just one card, we have ecstasy, feeling and being empowered. Being able to be authentic, to live from the heart and to show the real you, because she doesn't feel embarrassed or afraid that people will laugh or judge her or whatever. She feels strong, empowered, and she is living from the heart. And I mean, look at how much fun she's having. How, wow, you know, she's really open. And also feel with this card healthy boundaries, working with the law of attraction even. Also when you're not focusing on that actively, I get the feeling that these cups are doing that, because you are feeling so good and so empowered, it happens by itself. It's almost as if these cups push out into the universe, the starry night here, what you want, what you need, and then they also attract it in. It's kind of like this, I don't know, push-pull thing or something that's being created by you, by your inner light, by your own inner light. But that is really beautiful. Because that means that you will be able to allow the good things of life in. It's receiving, being joyful, being joy, and bringing joy as well to other people just by being you. Bringing light to people, the radiant cups again, right? So that's that's your reading. So I hope that's going to be helpful. Also, if it's going to when it arrives, this portal, and that you will remember it and that it will be helpful. So thank you for watching, and I'm moving to the numbers 2. Right, the numbers 2, the people who chose the peacock feather. Let's get going. These are many cards. It starts with the Archer, and we have the Injustice card, then we have the Hooded Man, and then I'll show you the other cards when I'm doing the reading, because I can't put them in view at the same time. Too many cards. With the Archer, let's start with the Archer. I feel that you have been very focused on something for quite some time, and it could even be most of your adult life, and somehow this didn't truly fulfill you, and now you are beginning to see that it doesn't serve you to live this way, to be this way, and that it actually depletes you. Because I get that from that dog. This one, he looks really like he hasn't got any energy anymore, and he's not happy either. And yeah, it's funny how these details can jump out sometimes. It's also very masculine energy based, focusing on one thing, result oriented only, leaving little room for play and the softer, more allowing feminine energies. And I feel that many aspects of your life have all been aimed at that one purpose or goal. And that can be anything, right? Like from raising a family, that was your main goal and aim in purpose in life, or building a career, and anything else or anything in between these two. It can be anything. And but it's the moment, especially then highlighted with this portal that is this activation, that you are starting to feel and notice that it doesn't fulfill you really. And I feel that really many aspects of your life have all been aimed at that one purpose and goal. Yeah. And so it's I also get that you likely feel and think and maybe are even convinced that you have to do it all yourself. Almost as if you have a subconscious need to and drive to prove yourself. But you don't. You only have to approve of yourself. And maybe just take a break more often. You don't have to do it all, you know. And then with that card, the Two of Arrows, I feel that you are beginning to feel this now. And it may make you feel sad. And maybe you even feel that people have been taking advantage of you. And for some, I also feel regret for having wasted your time and energy on something. If that is so, then remember that nothing is ever wasted. It's all part of a learning curve. So don't just look at what you feel you have lost. Also look at what you have gained and learned from it. Because you always learn from every situation. There's always two sides to a coin. And I feel a shift from going to the head and the ego more to the heart and feminine energies. And you will begin to see and value the small things in life more too. I get that from this card. And beginning to realize that it is actually the small things that truly matter. And that's because that little bird, that little birdie, it's as if the hooded man is normally in tarot is the hermit, as if he never really saw that, never appreciated the small things. And now he or she is beginning to see these things and appreciate them as well, which is also more the feminine based energy. It's not focused, right? Feminine energy is basically more open and not like the archer. This is really focused energy, and this is more open. And yeah, so that this is really an inward journey to seek who you are and how you want to continue in your life with things. And then we have this Six of Vessels reunion. Licking your wounds is what I get. And maybe you are going to feel quite lonely or alone at times, a bit lost. Like you're in no man's land, in between how it used to be and how it's going to be. And then we have the Mirror. And that I so love, because this is indeed, like I said earlier on, this is the female principle that can help your soul to heal and find its way. Where the hooded man is more a choice of will to go inwards. This is not. There's no act of will that can make the soul take that journey of healing and growing. You have to just be ready for that. And usually that being ready to do that comes from getting hurt, from being wounded. And I feel this part will not be dealt with just during this Lion's Gate. It's the beginning of a wonderful journey of discovery and the path to your heart, to your essence. So it will get triggered, it will begin during this Lion's Gate, but it's going to take a longer time. And then we have the Nine of Cups, the generosity card. You will come out of this feeling wonderful, renewed, able to push things that don't serve you away from you. I really get that. It's as if this energy, that radiant energy that comes out, also pushes stuff away that doesn't serve you. And you do that with just your inner light that has increased. In a way, you can also let go of your need for control, which allows for more cleansing to occur, which we see here with the Three of Arrows, the jealousy, Three of Arrows card. I feel the Three of Arrows will shot into your own heart by you, with that archer at the beginning, which is also you. It's really kind of odd, but as if you did that yourself, meaning you have been sabotaging yourself, and I feel that that has been going on for quite some time. That will stop, so you can let go of it, and partly that will simply seep out of your system over time. And another part, that's what you see here, that blood that is it's seeping out, and another part is going to be cleansed with that fire, and that was necessary, and it will allow the rest to seep away over time. The blood is what cannot be removed in one go. The things that take a bit more work, and that's connected to the that work. So then, right, is connected to the process of the mirror, which, like I said, will also take time. Time as in possibly a few years, during which you will get further and further, bit by bit, right? Because this is also about patience, having patience. So don't try to force it, try it to enjoy it. For you, this Lion's Gate is going to be a beautiful journey, the beginning of that, the beginning of a journey that will bring you closer to you. It will help you to cleanse, and it's just really wonderful. And so don't now freak out when I say that might take a few years, because it's going to be wonderful. It's not like nothing is going to happen, nothing's going to change. Things are, and things will change for you. But for this entire process to finish, so to speak, that is going to take a few years, I think, yeah. And that, because that's big, you know, you can't do that in a few weeks or whatever. You can't, and that's okay. That's really okay. Then the cards to sum it all up. We have the Seven of Vessels, the morning, and a cycle in your life has ended. You have to take the time to work through this. But don't just look at what you may not have anymore. Also look at the beauty of the new cycle that is beginning. Celebrate that as well. If what you leave behind affects you a lot, then you may want to do a ritual to both help you to let go and to remember the good that was there too. But at the same time, also celebrate the new cycle that is beginning, with wonderful new things to learn and to do and to feel. And do not fear that passing between cycles. It is natural to feel uneasy about that, but soon you will find a new equilibrium, like that beautiful swan. But this is really, I hope you understand what I meant here. This is not like a time of mourning and sorrow and pain. This is actually like the Celts used to do. Yeah, letting go might be painful, but then at the same time also be grateful for what you've learned from that, and also be grateful for the new beginning that is coming in. Right? So is somewhat different from how we are used to deal with loss and pain and letting go, etc. So I hope you understand that, what I meant to say with that, because yeah. And then, yeah, you will find this again, like that beautiful swan. Alrighty, that was your reading, and yeah, I hope it's going to resonate, and that it's going to help, actually. That it's going to help you when this Lion Gates energies will start to build up, and right. So thank you for watching, and I'm moving on to the number 3. Alrighty, people, number 3. I hope it's going to work out in one video. If not, it automatically goes into the second. I will stick the link, the card in the video itself, so you can click on that and go straight to part 2. Let's go into your card. We have, no, that's not the right order. We have the Seer, the Horsey, then we have the Balance with the dragons, balance card, and Exploitation, and the King of Vessels, the Heron. The Seer, she does have a very deep connection to intuition and wisdom, but she also has the ability to bring this out into the world, to implement it. Through this deeper knowing that she has of feeling, sensing, intuiting, then ideas and thus creations can be born. And the Seer has the power to also bring that out into the open. So having the ability to bring the internal, the soul of something, into the external. Meaning your creations and possibly actions will have soul. And it is time for you to do this. The energies will trigger you to do that way as well, but you should take small steps with it. It's as if this horse is bucking and kicking with his hind legs, and it almost makes me feel as if he's wanting to kick off the dust and get going with it. It's a bit difficult to describe it, almost as if you have had to dig yourself out from a deep inward journey, which may have looked like a period of passivity, and now you're crawling out of that real fast, and you want to taste your freedom with all that knowledge and wisdom and inspiration that you got from that Seer. And yeah, it's almost as if you've dug yourself in with the Seer, and now you had to crawl out again. And yeah, but it's important to rein yourself in a little bit, to not be like that horse. That's also what this card says, the Balance card. Don't want to go too fast. Don't get too hasty. And the horse may want to be free and gallop, but it's also old, as in ancient, and wise, this horse. So know when you can gallop and buck and kick, and know when to slow down and take wise, inspired action. And I feel that will be quite a struggle for you to rein yourself in, as you feel pushed and forced to go full steam ahead, almost as if the horse is about to stampede. And like this adrenaline driven, you know, like he's had too much coffee or something. So become like a horse whisperer for yourself, right? To calm that horse down. Whisper in its ear, soothe it, be nice to it. I get that this soothing and stroking the horse figuratively can mean that it might help you to literally touch yourself and maybe get a massage as well. And yeah, I feel this rush, that high, and I feel that happens because of how the high energies, these incoming energies with that portal, the Lion's Gate, are going how they affect your physique, your body. And you may feel like that horse that's about to bolt for the duration of this lion's gate, which is agitated and restless. And yeah, like I said, they're almost like being on a caffeine high, that rush. And you may, because of that, also have difficulty relaxing enough in the evening that you feel like you can sleep. And because of that, maybe you feel like, well, I'm not tired yet. I can't sleep. I'm going to stay up. But likely by the time you do go to bed, you may find that you're exhausted from all that anxiety. And that's what I get from that exploitation card. That's basically what you end up doing to yourself, because you get, because of that high. So try to go to bed on time, even though you may feel you aren't tired enough yet. Because you may find that the minute that you lay down, you feel shattered. And you fall asleep like a log, you know, on the spot. And then also we have the heron. Try to avoid drama. Do try to take regular timeouts, even though this rush may push you on. Do take these timeouts. Avoid stimulants like coffee, Red Bull, alcohol, and etc., as much as you can. Eat and drink things that help you relax, and you can intuit which these are. You will know. I get green apples and bananas. I don't know why, but maybe that resonates. If it doesn't, then ask the seer inside of you, because she has an awful lot of wisdom. You can ask the seer inside of you, because this is an aspect of you, what you should eat and drink that will help you stay calm and etc. On the other hand side, this heron, it's also steering clear from bossy people, bossy types, or authority figures. Is that they'll add to your anxiety. They won't help right now. I mean, look at how he's standing there, like I'm in charge here. I'm in control. Well, you're not going to react too well to that. They won't make you feel. Maybe they won't make you angry, but you will not feel comfortable with it, right? It also can be a person. Both. I feel this is both going to be the message of this card. Someone who's stable and calm and collected and strong. That may be of great support for you during this portal activation. And I feel this will very likely be a man. Maybe a partner or a father or a brother. Or maybe just a friend. A person like that. And I do feel it will be quite the ride for you. But with the advice given in this reading, it will be easier. It will be easier. It's quite the thingy going on. Yeah. And then to sum it all up, we have the otter. The page of vessels, the otter. Again, feminine energy. Or I feel this is feminine, a she otter. But also the willow. There's a willow here, and willow is also a very wise spirit. It's also feminine energy. It's almost in that sense like the seer again, the willow and that seer, a similar kind of energy, and so it's feminine. And the otter is a page, which usually means it's still young and playful, but I feel that the otter is actually quite mature. He's skilled on both land and in water. He knows when to go in the water, when not to go in the water. Emotions, you can take that as being emotions and feelings, but also going with the flow, right? Knowing when to go with the flow, and knowing when the flow is not serving you. And so also quite a lot of wisdom. I get quite a lot of wisdom from the cute little thingy. And staying grounded as well, because I feel like this tail is really wide here. It's really thick. And it's like he or she's dipping her tail in the water, staying in touch. Staying in touch. Not getting in the drama, in whatever, but dipping her tail in to test the waters, so to speak, while she is stable on land. And also grounding by that tail. It's, yeah. So this is balanced energy, very balanced. Like this, well, we had the balance card come up, right? Balance, not jumping in head over heels like that horse wants to do. That horsey, not kicking and bucking and fussing and wanting to go, you know, gallop away. And no, this is calmer. This is much calmer. This is thinking before you act, so to speak, and this is acting and not thinking at all. Right? So, yeah. I hope that all makes sense to you, and I hope it resonates one way or another, and I hope it's going to be helpful for you during the portal activation as well. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will be back again soon with another reading. Bye!